You've got mail.
Oh wow, would you look at that? It's already time for another episode of Writing Trends Until I Get Paid. Anyways, I'm pretty sure most of you have heard about a little thing called Squid Games by now. And I want to see if I can turn it into a 2D game. Because I love making games, and totally not because the algorithm loves streams. But if you don't know by now, I'm pretty bad at making games. So yeah, this should be fun. Now obviously I'm not going to make the entire game because that would take way longer than I'm willing to spend on this video. So after close consideration, I ended up choosing the 3 that I thought would be best to make. Starting off with no other than red light, green light. But Nova, why not make some of the new games? Like this one, where everyone has to get in a room and mingle with each other until the timer stops. And that's actually a great question. But honestly, hear me out. Now before we get started, we obviously need to make the basics. So being the extremely efficient and effective person I am, I'm just going to use the exact same Trevor model that I've been using for the last 2 videos of the series. And wow, would you look at that? We have a totally original looking player. But sadly, no amount of recycling will fix my animating skills. Why is he running like he searched up how to evade taxes and is still currently hiding from the cops till this day? FBI, open up! Anyways, let's start up a new project. 2D Squid Games. Yeah, I'm 100% getting sued. And after throwing in the cube and making it, wait, what's going on? I went ahead and threw in the player and added some, yep, you guessed it.
Incredible.
And wow, wait, we still need gravity? Oh, I completely forgot about that. But luckily for me, all I have to do is paste over some of my old code from my other games, and how it's already broke. Wow, look at that, we have gravity.
Chocolate and some lobster and some eggs and some pie.
And now that our player can moonwalk, we're gonna need a background. So I'm just gonna look up some reference images.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Next, I went ahead and whipped up the style set and threw it into the game. And with some quick fixing, the game is actually starting to look pretty good. But you might have noticed that this is supposed to be red light, green light, not Running Simulator 2025. So I quickly programmed some code that randomly turns the signal on and off. Then I made some red and green light bulbs to indicate when the player can move. Or else, you explode into 1,000 pieces. But there's a problem. The player can just stand at spawn forever and do nothing. So I threw in a 30-second timer that encourages the player to move.
Incredible.
But you might be thinking, Nova, what happens if the timer runs? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And after creating some contestants by recycling the random generated state machine code from last video, we now have some questionable NPCs to compete against. They're literally cheap. Alright, so now that we're finished up with the first game, next up is no other than Tug of War.
Oh my god, young man.
But before we start, I'm just gonna whip up a quick tile set, which is literally just 7 tiles. So yeah. Then I used it to build the background for the level. But now we actually need to make a gameplay mechanic, which should be pretty easy, you know, because all I have to do is make a bar and then make a smaller bar that fits inside of the previous bar to then make the 2 bars have separate collision areas. So if you press the space while the second bar is not in the correct segment of the first bar, you guessed it, you exploded. So yeah. And after making some art, I went ahead and programmed it to make the teams pull each other depending on whether or not you click at the right time. And then I made the losing team explode. But there's still a problem. We don't have a death timer that encourages you to move at an alarming rate, or else you explode into 1,000. So yeah, let's add one. And with that out the way, it's time to move on to the last game, which just so happens to be the glass bridge.
Incredible.
Now you might be thinking, Nova, how are you going to make the glass bridge game 2D? It's literally a game about picking between 2 different 3D platforms. And to that I say, first we throw in a player, add some gravity, then program the jumping code because jumping is cool. And then we make some blocks and give them a 50% chance to be a faulty block. But there's an issue. Since each block has a 50% chance to be faulty, there's a small chance that 2 back-to-back blocks will be faulty. Meaning, yeah, game over. So me being the expert problem solver I am, I'm just gonna do the only logical thing and avoid it.
You take some chocolate and some lobster and some eggs and some pie.
So anyways, this looks like trash. So after reusing the tile set from earlier and making this quick map, boom, we have a totally functioning game that is very fun and totally not broken at all. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the game. But obviously I'm not going to post it because, you know, this video is just for fun and my reputation is already terrible. So yeah, but if you want me to actually spend some time and make a real 2D Squid Games and maybe even add multiplayer, let's somehow get this video to like 50,000 likes. But Nova, you only have like 1.5 thousand subscribers. How are we gonna do that? And yeah, that's kind of the point. Anyways, be sure to join Nova's Discord server to participate in videos and subscribe to my second channel to help me reach 100 subscribers with no content, because I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later.